What's going on, man? Welcome to Prep Time Productions presents the Trap Card. I am your host, Genesis, the intelligent guy, not to be confused with Pauly, the wise guy. And today we're having a special debate about Terry McGinnis versus Jamie Reyes, aka Batman Beyond versus the Blue Beetle. So, it shows off screen that the Blue Beetle will be going first. So, would a representative from that team like to give their opening statements?
All right. So Jamie Reyes is the latest of the Blue Beetles. He took over after Ted Cord got his untimely death at the hands of Maxwell Lord, I think. Man, Ted went out brutally, bro. That cap to the head. But anyway, unlike Ted, Jamie actually has access to the Scarab. The Scarab is more like a sentient being, and we'll get into that later when we start getting into our aspect of the debate. But Jamie, this is like one of the first time that DC took a chance and started doing more minority-based characters too. So that was really interesting. So I was kind of happy to see that, and it was kind of like the Blue Beetle story had become a DC version of Spider-Man, but with a Mexican lead as the main character. So if you can imagine Peter Parker being a Mexican kid, that's what Jamie Reyes kind of is. I would say, yeah. I mean, but Miles Morales came many years later, though. So
yeah, but I get it.
But anyway, Blue Beetle is a really explosive character. He's fun. He's like in high schools. He has like different uses of his technology. Year one, Jamie Reyes as Blue Beetle he had little control over his suit, but you know he grew into his powers and his character, and just became a fascinating character overall. So I'm looking forward to having this discussion here today. Stardager.
All right. Now,
All right. All
Terry
right.
McGinnis.
Yo, so Perry is 17, a little bit of a cocky motherfucker, and he used to be a little badass. He says out of his mouth that before he became Batman, he would have been the type of individual that Batman would have beat up when Batman, the OG, was in his prime. Um, he was involved in gangs when he was younger, whatever, spent a little stint in juvenile hall or whatever. And now he is reformed and he is taking up the mantle of Batman and the future Gotham City. Um, Initially, he had stolen, quote unquote, the bat suit, which was designed for Batman to continue to fight crime in his elder years or whatever, to revenge his father's death because somebody murdered his father. Um, he he goes out on this or whatever. Bruce is upset or whatever, and he demands for the return of the suit. And Terry doesn't, whatever. But Bruce sees the potential that he could be the next Batman, and he could possibly take up the mantle of being a great protector of the city. So, with the help of Bruce Wayne, he becomes Batman Beyond, and he is the new Batman for the new era and the future of in the future Gotham City. Uh, Pretty cool guy. There you go.
Microphone activated.
All right. Now, go ahead and get into this debate. Team Blue Beetle, who are you putting up first?
I got it, guys. So, all right. First of all, his name is Jaime. It's not Jamie. It's Jaime Reyes. Okay, and you can't revenge someone's death. You can avenge their death. Just pointer. So okay, so with
Suck a dick and
uh-huh,
my bad.
so with Jaime, okay, I need radio silence. All right, here we go.
Minus 5 points.
Yeah, so Jaime Reyes. So the battle would start off like this. Jaime's got this thing called Scarab Sight. So the minute the fight starts, Jaime's already gonna download the 411 on Terry's bat suit, which is basically comparable to Iron Man's suit. So if anyone out there who's listening doesn't really understand what Terry's strengths and limits are, just try to imagine Iron Man's suit presently, and just imagine that with just Terry McGinnis in it. So basically, he would use Scarab Sight. In the meantime, he would get into some melee at the time. During this time, he's already figuring out Terry's physical condition inside the suit, and he's already figuring out what is like particular weaknesses for the the bat suit. Once that happens, he can engage in any manner for the most part. So we'll just say that that if he wants to use electricity on Terry, which is a weakness of the bat suit, he could go ahead and do so, and from there he could hack in, and from there he can actually pretty much immobilize Terry, and then just rip Terry out of the suit. And it's pretty much GG at that point. I think the debate's over. So
Microphone activated.
Time. Terry McGinnis. Who you got up?
I got this. So Terry McGinnis, the forgotten one, the one that everybody underrates, the guy who nobody thinks is gonna win this fight. But I think you guys are sleeping on him. You got to think about this. Terry is not only half cloned from Bruce, but is at peak human condition despite his age. He knows much better about fighting, and he's a school wrestler, and his strength and skills and speed and all that shit only improves under Bruce. So he's already going to fight. He's already a better fighter than Jamie is. But Jamie, yes, Jamie has his suit, but Terry has his suit as well, and it gives him a lot of good abilities on top of the stuff he can already do. He can actually fly. He's got enhanced strength and durability with it. His speed and agility is enhanced. He can survive extreme heat and extreme cold. He's got an electric visor that has night vision, infrared, ultraviolet sights. He has buzzsaws capable of cutting glass, forearm spikes capable of tearing apart robots, which would be able to tear apart that scarab off of Jamie. He can breathe underwater. He's got all these things that are his suit. You're sleeping on a suit because you think it's like Iron Man's, but Iron Man's this day and age, this is the future, man. And this is future tech, and I think that future tech wins this.
Time. Okay. I see your opening statements. Now it's time for round 2. Some rebuttals. Blue Beetle.
All right, guys. All right. So here's the thing: to say that this suit is anything like Iron Man's suit is an insult to Iron Man himself. It's an insult to Tony Stark because this suit is far and away less inclined to even deal with the shit that Tony Stark had to deal with. Tony Stark had to deal with alien tech, and what the Batman Beyond suit, it only deals with motherfucking regular ass people. And also, Terry McGinnis is a goddamn scrub. He lost hand to hand against Old Man Grayson, Old Man Jason Todd. Just saying, he's a goddamn scrub. He also has no formal. He also has no formal training in martial arts. Then you also have the fact that how the fuck is he gonna rip off Jamie's scarab when this shit is really like a symbiote? This shit is attached to him. So how can you try to rip something off like that? Jamie can be unconscious, and the fucking Blue Beetle suit will just automatically just decide, well, I'm going to kill everything just to make sure that Jamie's safe, fucking Terry's going to die. Like, there's no way that you can even do this. Also, the fact that the Reach tech can be able to hack into any other technology because, alien tech is the shit, is going to say, hey, we're going to go ahead and take fucking Terry McGinnis out the suit. And then what Jamie's going to do? Jamie's going to bend that boy over, crack him open like a goddamn egg, and go ahead and go to fucking fun town with that guy. That's all that's going to happen. He's going to go ahead and use him as a goddamn Swiss cheese holder. And that's it. Like, I don't know what anybody, I don't know where, there's no debating this. Like, Reach Tech beats out Wayne Tech 3 times. It literally rips it out 3-1, 3-0, all the fucking time. All I know is that anytime that you bring up Terry McGinnis Terry McGinnis is going to die. He's probably going to get raped, because sometimes, the Beetle Tech likes to do that. Whatever. Anyway, Scarab's up. I'm out.
I mean, I don't even know if I'm allowed to do this, but I'm giving this nigga 10 extra points just for the simple fact that he stood up for Iron Man. Genesis approves that round. All right, Terry McGinnis. Round 2. Get it popping.
All right. First things first. Fuck Antoine. Second, the motherfucking Scarab can do a lot of fucking cool shit, all that. Great. If this nigga, Terry McGinnis, hides in a fucking tree, the fucking suit's not gonna do a motherfucking thing because it does not attack fucking nature. The fucking Scarab has a fucking affinity for nature. It loves that shit. It's born with a green thumb or something. So if this motherfucker just throws fucking tremendous batarangs from a rainforest, goddamn Terry McGinnis is gonna probably fucking win. Because the goddamn Scarab's not gonna counterattack. There's nothing he can do against that shit. Alright? Furthermore, motherfucking Bruce goddamn Wayne, the Batman himself, is this nigga's mentor. Alright? He's gonna fucking know the weaknesses of the fucking Scarab. Because that's what Bruce Wayne does. He devises motherfucking plans to fucking take out his own teammates when he was in his prime. So you fucking know. The little fucking little up-and-coming niggas, he's definitely got plans for these little bums. So he's gonna fucking know that not only is the nature shit a fucking weakness of the fucking Scarab, he's also gonna know that the Scarab has a natural fucking fear of the fucking Green Lanterns. So what the fuck's he gonna do? He's gonna fucking call up Kilowog. He's gonna fucking call up motherfucking nigga Hal Jordan. He's gonna call up all these niggas. Motherfucking Guy Gardner. He's gonna call them all. Alright, John Stewart, the whole squad coming through, and the fucking Scarab is gonna fucking duck inside its own vagina, and this nigga Terry McGinnis is gonna beat the shit out of Jamie Reyes, because fuck his name and how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Flip.
A lot. I didn't know if that was Flip or Samuel L. Jackson. Okay. All right, man. Time for them closing rounds. Blue Beetle, you're up.
Yo.
Pauly?
Yeah, so first things first. Let's just go ahead and debunk a lot of this stuff. Jamie can override. I'm going with Jamie, bruh. F all Jaimes, bruh. So anyway, Jamie can override the Scarab's and reluctancy to fight against nature-based things. He's done it before. He'll do it again if his life is in danger. On top of that, throwing batarangs ain't gonna do nothing to the Blue Beetle's suit in general. There's no way he can physically harm. Terry can't physically harm Jamie while he's in this suit. There's no way. But on top of that, he's not afraid. The Scarab is not afraid of the lanterns. He wants to kill the lanterns. He wants to destroy all lanterns. So, if anything, bringing the lanterns, which is an outside source in the first place, it's not going to be a help for you guys. It's going to be something that's going to make the Scarab go berserk and just like murk everything on the planet. So, but more or less, these two individuals, I will say that Terry's suit is pretty strong, and they're both pretty resilient. Like, Terry's suit can take blows from Superman and can dish out heavy strength. It's been said that the Scarab suit can actually, arguably, harm the Spectre, which is like a god in the DC world almost. But what it really comes down to is the fact that Terry's suit has no way to disable or remove the Scarab because it doesn't have any reach tech, and the Scarab can hack into his suit and disable it. And once, like Clint said, with a little bit of electricity, you can paralyze Terry and remove him from the suit. And at that point, it's just Merc Town for him. So this battle's going to Blue Beetle.
Activated.
True shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Terry
real
McGinnis.
quick. Shout out to the dead homies.
What?
Just shout out to the dead homies.
Ah, my bad. Mr. C. Diggity, go ahead. Shout out your dead homies. I feel like Terry McGinnis should be one of them. But anyway, Terry McGinnis, closing run.
My nigga, you are the motherfucking the moderator, and you're fucking choosing sides. Like, good, calm down. Have a seat.
Yep, I'm biased as shit.
Like that's no wave, dog. No fucking wave. All right, so let's get one thing clear, because I keep hearing this and this shit is incorrect. The electricity does not paralyze Terry. The electricity knocks out his visors, sensors, and abilities and shit like that. That does not fucking factor into him losing a battle. Y'all niggas is really reaching with that right there, right? So with Bruce and his intercom, which is usually what's happening when he's fighting, like when he fought the Justice League Beyond or whatever, and Bruce was right there, and Bruce guided him through beating like 5 pretty strong ass individuals. He beat a Green Lantern, he beat 2 strong ass individuals, and stood on the fucking on the podium like, niggas, what? He was about to take out every single one of the motherfucking individuals, until he realized that the fight was taking too long, and he realized he needed to save the people and the building where the fight was taking place at. So miss me with the whole bullshit that you're saying. And as far as the Blue Beetle being afraid of Green Lantern, the Blue Beetle fucking splits every time a Green Lantern come around. It's not that he has the rage to kill him. No, the Green Lantern ring, when Kyle has the Green Lantern ring, the Green Lantern ring makes Kyle want to take that nigga out the game, body bag that nigga. So once again, y'all niggas still reaching for thinking that Blue Beetle is even going to go toe to toe with Terry in the Batsuit. See, the Batsuit comes with Bruce, and Bruce is a fucking genius. Bruce is in the background. He already analyzed this nigga. He got that nigga by the balls. That nigga dead, son.
Good thing that we debated Bruce Wayne versus fucking Jamie Reyes.
Well, it's not Bruce Wayne versus
Bruce
Terry
Wayne
Reyes.
comes with
It's
it,
not
dog.
Bruce
I
Wayne
just saw
versus
people
Jamie.
bringing him in.
Hey,
Because just like you have the
whoa,
fucking Scarab, the
motherfuckers.
Scarab suit is also a sentient being that also talks to fucking Jamie in his fucking head. Just like
Is that
he's,
time?
Bruce is on
So
the
we
he's a
can.
fucking
That's
living
time.
com
being, the
with fucking
Scarab
Terry.
suit.
All right.
So
Well, then
really,
we're
debating
hold on.
Bruce Wayne versus the Scarab.
So let's get
It's
into
time.
like some open discussion real quick, because we can kind of hash out some of those things.
Go
Go ahead,
ahead.
Flip.
No, I'm just saying, like, so just because a few times Bruce hasn't been present, majority of the time he is present. All right. So, and as far as outside help, bro,
Bro, but we've
that's a
been
resource.
saying, like, before this whole debate
But
went down,
that's
that there's
not.
no outside help.
But that's like. But we're saying Terry McGinnis Batman Beyond. That's not Bruce Wayne. Like Bruce Wayne Batman Beyond is not Terry McGinnis Batman Beyond. Bruce Wayne is part of the team. Like they're part of a team effort to fight with one another. But
I mean,
it's not a thing of saying that
But
like
in
Terry
order,
McGinnis automatically just has, Bruce Wayne just in a tux somewhere. That's not how that works at all.
but see,
Right, but there's
well,
two
got
like
this nigga in the
based
headset,
on
dog.
based on research it's not very many instances where Terry and Bruce have not been in communication.
I get that,
That's
while
like,
he's
all
been
right, so
Terry-
that's
fighting
like,
people.
it's like
So
Jamie-
it's hard
that's,
to
hold on,
so
y'all.
it's hard to
No, I get
create
what you're
a
saying.
scenario where that would exist.
But what I'm saying is this:
Especially
Ja-
going into a battle against a foe like this,
Exactly.
where Terry would
Yo,
have no fucking idea.
Jamie
about what
also
the fuck to do.
has two people back on his team that he always has in his communication device. Also, like I mean,
so we're gonna have like fucking
like,
impulse
right.
and booster
Hey,
gold
but-
like that.
Hey,
No,
nigga,
I'm
you
just
ain't
saying, like,
missing them.
I'm saying, like, are we allowing all these outside people? And then, but that wasn't only the outside source you guys used. You
I
guys were
only
trying to
compared
use.
this-
Y'all,
You
also-
guys were trying to
only
use Green
compare-
Lanterns and everything too. I mean, it
Well,
wasn't
I
like y'all were just trying to
compared-
use Bruce.
well,
I said Green Lantern. I
compared-
mean, I could easily
I
just say Green
compared
Lantern
me-
rings, nigga.
yeah, but Terry McGinnis doesn't have a Green Lantern ring.
But Bruce could
Well,
get it.
I-
We don't
Bruce
know.
has one.
You can't fuck
Man,
right,
son,
nigga.
stop it, son.
Bruce
No,
could give
like,
him
Man,
that.
first
Niggas
of
just
all,
want to fucking make sure this nigga McGinnis is basically just
no, what
a
I'm saying
fucking
is that
scrub,
McGinnis, bro.
fucking selling hot dogs on the
No,
sidewalk
bro,
or
because
some
if
shit.
the shoe, the shoes on the
It
other
wasn't such an
motherfucking
easy.
foot.
You're mad
Dog,
because this wasn't an easy as
No,
easy
it's
a
not
debate
right.
as you
It's
thought.
not
you
about
thought you
it being an
was
That's
easy
what you're
debate.
upset
What
about.
I'm saying is that y'all
In our
literally said
round,
Bruce
I
Wayne.
saw
it, first of all, is what David said, it not being as easy as we thought. Like, you guys kept using outside sources, like outside help to help Terry, and the whole thing
Well,
is not
y'all
about
basically
it's not about
once
Terry
again-
and Bruce and Deku the tree that he's gonna fight in. It's just about freaking Jaime and his tech versus Terry and his tech, and what would win in a tech war. Well, Jaime's gonna win hands down. We're not using outside sources. You guys already
Nobody said-
lost the
a
debate
tech
by
Well,
war-
default.
why are we
Tech
even
War,
debating
it
Terry
was a-
versus Jamie? Why wouldn't we just debate
Because
Scarab
Jamie
versus
can't take the scarab
tech.
off. If he takes it off, he dies, and even then, it's almost impossible to take off his body.
Jamie's had it off of him at
So
least
ba-
3
so,
times, dude.
Y'all niggas, so it's set up
At
for
least
y'all
3
niggas to
times he's had it
have
taken
two
off of him, and he
fucking.
hasn't died.
But it was
When-
with
when did
other,
he ever
but it was
have it
with
taken
other
off?
reach. It was with other reach tech that
The
that
only
forced
reason-
him.
Hold on, y'all.
Look,
Hold on.
The only reason I brought Batman even into this, or Bruce Wayne even into this, is because the Scarab, as a sentient entity, also talks to Jamie or Jaime, whoever the fuck you want to call him. That's the only reason
that's
I
a
brought
bullshit
Bruce
argument
into
because
it.
that's like
That's
saying
not a
that
bullshit
that's like
argument
saying
because
because
it's
that's like
fucking
saying
fact.
that's like saying
It's
that the
fucking
sentient
fact.
that's
The
like saying
fucking
that the
bat suit
sentient
has a
being
fucking communication
that's like
device.
saying that the sentient being that's in the symbiote suit because that's a sentient being.
But they don't communicate. They don't communicate.
They
It-
they do communicate. I
No,
disagree
they
with
do
that. They do communicate, but this is more like Iron Man's suit, where Jarvis talks to
and Jarvis
Iron
is
Man.
AI, right?
Right. But I'm saying like Kaji Da is more like Jarvis in that sense.
But it's not more like it's not the same thing.
More like no, but it's
Come on,
not,
bro. But that
though.
ain't what I'm
It's
saying. But I'm saying,
exact-
but you weren't the first person to bring up Bruce though. Star, you weren't the only person
Clint
to
was
bring up
literally the
Bruce.
first one that brought up
I
Bruce.
was talking about Bruce. You're talking about bringing
say,
in
I
the
talked to-
Justice League. I didn't
about to
say
say,
anything about the
Son,
Justice
I
League.
brought
literally
in Bruce because
and
that
the fucking
comes
Green
with.
Lanterns.
I
He brought up
said
both.
that's an option. I said it's an option. I didn't say he's
It's
gonna
no
fucking
option.
do it.
Son,
It's
there's
an,
no
it's an
option
option.
if there's
these
outside
two
help
really
for a
fought,
fucking
that
death
shit can
battle,
happen,
son.
dog.
Son, for a death battle, there's no outside option. Don't give me that bullshit. You literally just sat up here and
Hey
brought
man,
up
that's
outside
not
help,
true,
bro.
Hey nigga, and
You
Kirby's
incorporated him into
Kirby's
your
motherfucking
argument.
Death battle. Hey nigga, this nigga was sucking up all the fucking little niggas in Dreamland, dog. He had outside help.
Bro, we sat up here and we talked about that shit, and I said that the
That was a
battle
great
itself
battle.
the battle itself
It
that you
was
watch
good.
doesn't sit up here and it does not even show
Shit
how
was nice.
it doesn't even like intertwine with the actual fucking result of the battle. The end result had nothing to do with him sucking up
Green
those
Lantern's
little
light.
motherfucking guys.
All
If
I'm saying is
anything-
that by allowing these outside sources, we're heading down a slippery slope. Also, we're disregarding our own rule base. Like our rule base says that we don't allow outside help, and the Scarab is not an outside help.
No, it is.
How is
then.
the Scarab
You
not
can't
an
talk
outside
about
help?
the voice.
The
Oh
Scarab
my
is an
God.
You
outside
can't
help
talk
because
about
it's
the
Jamie
voice.
is
That's it.
knocked
No.
out. You said in your debate, if Jamie's knocked out, the Scarab Suits takes over and fucking wrecks.
It's
you.
like having a Siamese twin. That's exactly
It's a
what it's like.
defensive mechanism,
The
bro.
fuck?
Like you can't sit there
Of
and
the
try to say.
suit.
Bruh,
No,
nah,
but the
son.
suit is alive though.
Okay,
Suit's
so if the
alive,
suit is
though.
alive,
If
then
Jamie
that's just
starts
part.
fucking up, the suit's gonna fucking take over and step in and fucking
Exactly.
take over.
Okay,
So that's
so
outside,
the fuck what?
dog. That's bullshit.
That's
No,
outside.
if
Okay,
we're
okay,
gonna
okay.
That's
fucking-
not
if
outside
we're gonna
help
call a
because
spade
it's
a
part of
spade.
Jamie.
It's bullshit.
Listen.
It's not
It's part
bullshit.
of, so
It's
it's
not.
part of,
So if we're gonna start actually using outside help and stuff now,
Jamie,
because we're
it's literally
hold on,
lies
hold on.
The
That-
Green
what are you
Lanterns.
talking about?
Okay, that's fucking over.
Might
the
as well
top.
say the
whole
Fucking
fucking
Justice
Bruce
League can
Wayne.
get in
No,
this.
come on, man.
You might as well
Listen.
just say all the Justice League, all the Green Lantern Corps, fucking Black Corps, everybody
Well, that's the only
Goddamn Blue
part.
Beetle. Opening
Look,
that
that's
box.
Antoine. Antoine, that's the only part of what you're saying I agree with, is that the Green Lantern Corps, the Justice League, et cetera, is not violent in the
Of course
argument. That's
not.
the only shit
I
that I
agree
agree
with that.
with.
I agree with that.
But
I'm saying
with
that if we allow Bruce, then we have to
when you
also
read in the
allow
comic
Jamie's
book,
little people that help him on the outside too. Is what I'm saying, because that falls into the category of like people being back at your base of operations, being able to. That's like having Zordon and saying like, oh, Zordon can like tell these niggas what to do during the battle and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying is, if they don't have communication, if they were in a vacuum, he wouldn't have access to Bruce. If they were in a vacuum, the Scarab is a part of Jamie's body, just like the symbiote is a part of Brock's body. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a part of their being. It regardless if it has its own like thoughts on whatever. That's besides the point though. It's part of who he is though.
so essentially this goes down in the sense of, so Terry could whoop Jaime's ass, and the suit takes over, and now he's fighting the suit.
Okay.
Well, physically they can't. Physically Terry ain't doing shit to Blue Beetle, but physically Blue Beetle's not doing anything to Terry either. If y'all look this up, this is not a physical battle because these niggas can sit there and trade blows. Like what? Didn't so we during our
We literally
research we
talked about how basically everything that Blue Beetle has that Terry has accounted for besides being hacked. That was the only thing that he didn't have accounted for.
right. That was the only way that we could figure out.
Because the fact is that Terry can survive up to 4,000 heat. He's been like he doesn't, and that was another thing. He doesn't get disabled. He only has his visor get shut off. He has another thing where he basically survived underwater. He got fucking punched by Big Barda. He got stomped by a guy that was the size of a skyscraper.
But we already mentioned all
this
shit.
pressure.
I'm
saying that he could take all the pressure.
Right,
the thing is that nobody, but in no regard did anybody. It wasn't a thing of it was a one-sided debate. But the fact is that when y'all started bringing in the fact that it was outside help, it was like, what the fuck?
The only quote
Bruce to me is
unquote
the only
outside
valid
help
one.
that I use, quote unquote,
Bruce is still out.
was Bruce.
Doesn't matter. Still
and
outside
I don't
help.
think that, in my opinion, like
Bruce a package deal, bro.
it's a package deal.
It's not a package deal
B.
because if I go into the lab, if I go into the Batcave, shoot Bruce in the fucking head. You know what? You only got Terry McGinnis.
But guess what? Bruce ain't dead.
If that was y'all
He's still
strategy,
alive.
Clint should have said that in the first round.
So,
because that doesn't make fucking sense, dude. Because that's like, all right, hold up. So now
the current
that's like
continuum.
saying, so
Oh my
hold
God.
up. So Solid Snake, right? So Solid Snake has a team
why don't you stay on
that
the
he relies
current debate?
on. So since Solid Snake relies on a team. So since Solid Snake relies on a team that basically has who's that fucking what's that Modicon, some shit like that. Whatever the fuck his name is.
Otacon.
All that shit he deals with.
But Solid Snake wouldn't be able to be as effective without his team.
He needs that team.
Okay, that doesn't matter.
That's part of his situation.
That's part of the game.
Like I said, Jamie has the same setup that Terry has. Yes, they are.
In his comm?
They are always in his comm.
Okay.
Same setup.
Let me say something.
I didn't read that, so I can't vouch for that or not.
Let me say something real quick. Before the debate even started, we scheduled this thing like a week in advance. We laid out the rules. No outside help. We explicitly explained what that meant, and no one even decided to debate what that was. So now you guys are trying to bring.
I can honestly say I didn't see that. So
I could honestly say the same thing.
Anytime that we do fucking debates like that is no outside help. Don't give me that bullshit.
We have house rules at this point.
With the explicit definition of what outside help is. I'm not talking about no outside help.
Okay.
I said the explicit definition.
Okay, but listen, if we ever do, let's say we do like an Iron Man debate, are you guys going to include Jarvis too?
Yes, I'm going to include Jarvis because that is fucking part of his game.
You would include Jarvis because it's part of his suit.
The Batsuit has its own AI.
The
Batsuit has its own AI.
Batsuit has its own AI. It's Alfred.
Oh my
God.
Alfred.
Yeah, it does have its own AI. The Batman suit does have its own AI.
Does the Batsuit ever talk to Jamie in Alfred's voice?
So you're gonna say like if it doesn't talk, it's not communicating?
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
It does communicate with them.
Does
How?
he ever talk
with
in
beeps and
Alfred's
boops?
voice?
How does it communicate?
So now we're
This nigga said with beeps and
so now
boops.
basically
Fucker,
it's
he's
not
petty.
real AI unless it talks to you. Is that where we're going with this?
So
it's
We're
not
talking
real
about
AI if it doesn't talk to
communication
you.
and outside help.
It
That's
does
part of it.
communicate.
It has an
It
AI
communicates
system.
in
How about
English text on his visor.
I'm sorry. What if McGinnis might not be able to read that well?
an
We don't
AI
fucking
system
know.
that
Oh
literally
my
displays
god! All right,
it
so
literally
I'm out.
is options
Yo, all right.
of
Well,
the current
let,
situation.
Catch
let me-
these
Fucking
salt
retarded,
baggers,
son.
bitch.
let me address the one thing that Star said during the debate about the trying to debunk the electricity thing. We weren't saying that the electricity thing solely because like the way it works is
You said disabled.
You said
Yeah.
paralyzed.
It could,
does
no.
disable
Once
to a point.
fucking
what
electricity.
happens is
No.
what happens is if you can utilize electricity to disable the suit, and once the suit is disabled, it has a mechanism in it that automatically paralyzes Terry. Because Batman, Bruce put that in the suit as a faith cell to paralyze the user if it ever gets stolen.
Face sale?
R.I.P. to
Fail
Face Sale.
R.I.P. to safe
Safe
fail,
sale.
R.I.P. to that joint. We mourn your loss.
No,
All right.
but go ahead. What you would say? You say all
I'm
I
just-
know is
It's a
what I
fail safe.
read-
I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah, you're right. What I read was electricity will fuck up his visor. Okay, and then like fucking something else said a fucking electronic or electric contraption.
Restraining
fucking-
device.
Yeah, restraining device can fucking disable his shit.
Right.
That's exactly
And
it.
Clint mentioned during his opening.
He said electricity, dog.
Yo,
Nobody said a device.
Clint said
dog.
hack into the system because like the
But
Batsuit has a
hacking.
Hacking and electricity, like you said
he
electricity.
used both though. He used both in his opening argument.
I did, and I also use Scarab Sight, which Scarab Sight gives him the exact
Abil-
like anything that he needs. His Scarab Suit will accommodate to those
Well,
situations.
I mean, the Scarab Suit also like reads the opponent and devises a battle plan for Jaime. So
I mean,
Yeah.
you can't blame the reach tech. You
But
can
that's
only
like
blame
another
the
thing.
limitations of Terry's suit.
Right. I think that like y'all issue is that all right, so our typical rules that would apply to most characters, he has some way around that because like the Scarab Sight, because like one of our rules is also no prior knowledge. He doesn't have any prior knowledge, but when he gets in that battle and he uses Scarab Sight gives him the information that he would have
all the
had.
information, yeah.
Right. So I'm saying that I mean you can't
He
blame.
didn't have no prior knowledge.
Well,
but
I
Bruce,
guess I will say
But you
that.
need to understand too that Terry's using Bruce's suit. This isn't Terry's suit. He didn't make this. Bruce made this.
He
Of
dons
course,
the
Bruce
suit
is
when
going to
Bruce
have
passes.
information
He
in that.
dons the suit,
Of course,
son.
Bruce's AI is going to have information on Blue
Oh my
Beetle and
God.
Green Lantern and Superman and all these people who are still around.
that's
That
a
time and
feasible
age.
fucking
But it doesn't. But
logic
it also
right there.
does not have.
Yeah, I wish he would have brought that up during the debate though. That would have been awesome.
It would have been awesome, but he also doesn't have anti-reach tech. So how can you?
How
does he
you-
do
how
it?
you
you
know
don't
Bruce
know
don't have that? How
You
you know
don't
Bruce
doesn't
know
have
that
it?
it doesn't have anti-reach.
How do you know that?
Oh,
How do you know it?
Wait. Because
How do you know it?
anytime
Come on, get to your point. Do you have anti-reach
No.
tech?
Your own
He never got
team
a fucking
speak is telling you
reset.
your point's not happening.
he never got reach tech. What are you talking about?
How do you
never
know
been
that?
an instance where
How do you
Batman
know-
has
how do you
ever
know he's not
received
gonna
reach
have it?
tech, son.
How do you know?
Bruh, you have never seen it. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah,
Have you seen the
haven't
whole
not seen it.
Okay.
Batcave? Do you remember
Son,
the one
there's
with all the
75 years
kryptonite
of
in it? Have
fucking
you seen
Batman.
that?
You going to hold up? 75 years of Batman.
This is derailing.
Any
This is
instance
not
that
where
he
we
was
want
able
to
to
be
get
at.
reset.
This is exactly what we hope to
This is-
achieve, which is fuck y'all's life.
Because y'all
Mission
acting fucking
accomplished.
retarded. Y'all sitting here bringing in fucking.
Under
Yeah, but
AJ,
see, you guys
under
disregarded
AJ's
disregarded
skin,
the
under
rules,
C.
so, I
Diggity's
mean-
skin, victory is ours.
So as
Purge
Clint has
complete.
pointed
What
out,
the hell?
and I will
happened?
take that. I will take that, B. I disregarded the rules. I didn't consider what I was doing to disregard the rules because
I
as far
didn't
as the
either.
comic book is concerned, as far as the animated series is concerned, it's almost like a fucking package. It's not even almost. It is essentially a package deal.
Well,
Like,
the
there
comic
is
books
no-
also
there
accommodate
is no
for situations.
Batsuit.
No,
There is no Batsuit without Bruce.
the
Okay,
comic
okay,
that's
but-
not true. The comic book
It's
also
been a
accounts
few.
for.
It's
Yo,
been a few.
Stop it, son.
Listen, bro.
Stop it.
The comic book also accounts for situations where he doesn't have his communication access to Batman.
Which
We
is
have
The
to
fucking
cons-
Hush-
we have to
the
cons-
Hush-
we've
the
been
Hush
saying
we have to
there's been a
consider
few
that
incidents,
as one of
but,
these
like,
times.
the vast majority
Beyond
hasn't been.
storyline. The Hush Beyond storyline literally has it where Bruce Wayne is not on the fucking telecom that whole fucking time. The whole time, Terry is having to do shit himself for Hush Beyond storyline.
Did y'all
There's
frame
been
it
plenty of storylines
in the Hush
There's
Beyond
been plenty.
storyline?
There's been
No,
plenty.
they
There's
didn't.
We
Is
don't
the
have to
Batman
frame it
framed in
because
that?
our battles rules already
There's
state
a lot of
no outside
storylines.
help.
There's a lot of storylines for Terry McGinnis. There's a lot of storylines for Terry McGinnis where he
Outside
does not
help
have
Okay,
his weight.
so-
Scarab
and
can't talk.
like
So let me
fucking
let me
I'll actually
Hold on, let Clint
Okay.
let Clint say.
let me put the kibosh on this whole thing. So from now on, we'll explicitly explain what the situation is in the fight, so that way this doesn't happen again. Because I really don't want to have to go around in a circle all day and night because Filip is trying to get all Green Lanterns, Yellow Lanterns, Red Lanterns, and every dead dude in the 60s.
Only Green Lanterns,
He's
B.
gonna try and
I
get
only
Ronald
said
Reagan
green,
fight. Like, I
but
mean,
we can bring other colors into it.
you know, the
All right,
only real
here's my thoughts on it. And here's the thing. Like,
Get
okay,
shitted
you know
on,
what, the Green
Clint.
Lantern,
Fuck
the
your
Green
point.
Lanterns thing. Okay, fine. You know what? That was kind of a dumb a move.
That was
whatever.
overboard.
But to say
on
that
purpose.
you can't use Bruce. Bruce is just a voice. He's not actually doing anything.
Right.
He's not
He's
punching
just a
anybody.
voice.
Are
That's
you
like
kidding
saying
me?
Nightwing
Oh,
can't
no,
use
he's not just-
Oracle.
He's not
Are
just
you
a
kidding
voice.
me?
No, I'm
Without
saying
Because
Oracle,
that's like saying
Nightwing
that you
would
have-
be
you're-
a
he's
sham.
a fucking.
Hold on. Let me ask you
he's
this.
a guy.
Let me ask you this.
He's
Hold
not
on.
fighting the
Let me
fight.
ask you this, David. Let me ask you this, right? If we have a fucking debate of sirens versus other superhero squad, right?
I don't know what you
If
say.
you
Say
want to
that
bring,
again. About
Yeah, he
who
said
if
it
you
again.
want to have, if you want to have
Scared
a
of
Hold
the
on,
debate,
stop.
at your phone.
if you want to have a debate about the sirens versus another superhero squad, and then you bring it, if you bring up the Oracle, then that's fine because of the fact that the Oracle is part of the sirens. That
You
makes
mean
sense.
Birds of Prey?
I'm talking. Well, the sirens. I'm talking about who the fuck is that?
Black Canary, Huntress,
Black Canary,
Katana.
but she was also part of the sirens at one point. But even if the Birds of Prey, even if you want to say that, regardless of that fact, my thing is that if you want to say that you want to bring in the Oracle in that, then okay, I'm fine with that. But if my thing is that if you want to say, oh well, Black Canary versus who the fuck is that? If you want to say Black Canary versus the Huntress, in no way, shape, or form should you have the Oracle involved in the battle. That does not work.
But
like that.
wait, let me ask you a question. Did you say the Huntress was part of the Sirens?
No, I said that I'm talking about the
That
my
Birds
means
of
bad.
Prey.
no. I don't get what you mean.
I'm
I
saying
don't
that you
either.
that you don't need to have
He's-
outside help. That there's no outside help in any death battle that we have ever done.
Yeah, he's
But
saying
there's
it's
no
a
outside help
1v1.
in that death battle because they're both Oracle's friends. Now this isn't like,
What?
oh, this is Bruce's friend. This is Bruce being the voice, giving advice to
Jamie
Terry.
Reyes
Okay,
is literally
The same
hooked up
way
with.
Jamie Reyes' suit gives him advice.
So
That's it.
Jamie
David,
Reyes
David.
not teaming Batman for a short period is not his friend. Oh, okay. You
David,
know, by that
so,
logic, I guess.
I mean, if you're gonna like limit Bruce to just being a voice, and we can all agree that Bruce is one of the greatest minds in DC. But if you're gonna limit,
He's
him
a
to
big
voice,
strategist.
You're actually weakening his argument, your own argument.
Well,
So-
actually, Terry McGinnis is pretty smart himself. Like, he's not a fucking slouch.
And he's also
No,
a half
no, no
clone of
one's saying
Bruce.
that. I mean,
No, I'm
he
just
doesn't have the
saying,
same
like,
mind though.
when you say having a voice, well, you wouldn't say just a voice. Like, when it's like,
I mean, he's a knowledgeable fucking voice. I don't know how does that weaken the argument.
what
I
I
don't know
will
how that's
say is
weakening
it's
my
like,
argument though, because the same thing is applied to Jamie because his suit, the Scarab,
But
is
him
giving
and
him
his
advice
suit
and
are one
guiding
and
him
the
as well.
same.
The
Scarab doesn't give him advice, though.
In his fucking back, part of him now. That's
Bruce
the
Right,
right.
the
Wayne.
Scarab can also take
That's like
control of him.
Terry
fuck?
McGinnis
How about
is
this? If
a
we had
clone
Bruce
of
doesn't take
Bruce
control, Bruce
Wayne.
just
Bruce
shuts down the
Wayne
suit.
and Terry are one
we
and
might
the
as well.
same.
All right, so that's like all right. So Sinichi and fucking so Sinichi and Migi, they're not fucking symbiotic
Who
now.
is
They're not part of
Sinichi?
from.
he's
R.I.P.
talking about
R.I.P.
Tokyo.
Sinichi.
Sinichi.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, not
R.I.P.
Tokyo. Fucking
Parasite
Parasite.
the Parasite, yeah.
Parasite.
So if they,
His name
so
is Sinichi, ain't it?
It's Shinichi.
Shinichi.
No,
my
you
bad.
said it again. R.I.P.
So my thing is that if he has Migi, who is part of his fucking body, part of his body now. It's not. They're not like.
So
But they don't
So
always
what
agree.
you're
They don't
saying is
always
a better
agree.
battle would have been Venom versus Blue Beetle, is what you're saying.
If you said Venom versus Blue Beetle, then yeah, now you have two symbiotic.
So let
you
me-
have two symbiotic fucking foes going against one another. That's cool.
Bro, I really want us to do like Shinichi and Miki versus Venom now. I really want to do that. But all right, that's besides the point.
I have no idea.
no.
They getting
I
bodied.
think for the next
Well-
battle we need to do Rainbow Dash versus Sonic the Hedgehog.
What the fuck is Rainbow Dash?
from My Little Pony, bro.
Fuck
Shit.
outta here.
Hey,
She can
but
do a
no,
Sonic
argue
Rainbow,
no
dog.
fucking.
Microphone
If you
activated.
motherfuckers aren't gonna argue
Gentlemen.
Django versus John Marston, I'm not arguing a Rainbow
Son,
Dash.
because that's
Gentlemen.
one goddamn, that's a one-sided fucking debate,
Get
dog.
out of here.
Yo,
Hey,
All
yo,
right, so have
yo.
we wrapped up whatever we were trying to do in this last portion?
Bro, this was a failed fucking, it was a failed fucking attempt.
Hey, so no, for real. Like, if y'all
This
were
was
to
an
bring up any,
excellent debate, gentlemen.
if y'all were
Thank
to
you.
bring up any weaknesses for Jaime, you should have said Donald Trump. Boom.
Nah, seriously, though. This is actually,
Hey,
but
yo,
this
yo,
is
yo,
actually
check this
a
out.
real.
Why don't y'all give y'all final thoughts?
Fucking Donald
Like,
Trump, bro.
yo.
That's gold,
Like, y'all need to
dog.
give y'all
That's
final
fucking
thoughts and close
gold.
this shit out.
All right. Well, we win. So that's my final thought. Peace.
User disconnected from your channel.
Damn, son.
Wow. Way to fucking shit. Just go, oh, you suck, bye.
I know.
Who does that?
Yo. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to our debate. I mean, as chaotic as it may sound, like we each team came to the table with an assertion of how they felt this battle would go down. But ultimately, we need you guys at home to weigh in and tell us what you feel. If you're in a group, you got to weigh in ASAP. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on the video. We appreciate your support, and we are out of here.